Pace car is in. Keselowski
for the All-Star race.
and Bell address themselves to the
exit. Oh my God.
So, I'm going to wait until you back up three wide for a brief second right there.
Bell did a good job starting on this spot, and that's hard to do with this racetrack. Whoa, they're in each other now. Logano to the inside. Here we go. They want it all, and they want it now.
Yeah, they know how important it is to try to get everything that you can as quick as you can on these restarts. So you're seeing that aggression level right off the bat.
Chase Elliott to the outside of Bell. Here he comes. Longer race right now, the All-Star race versus anything we've seen. Probably lower air, I would think, taking off. You're going to see these cars swirling around.
And by the way, the ups are open.
Yeah, and when you see those cars move around like that off of turn 4, that's just the low air pressure and everything that they have going on right now, but they're 3 wide.
They don't really get into the corner.
They don't really care about this exit. They know that they got to take some chances tonight to win this money.
And Logano pops out in second, and here comes Elliott around his outside. I like the way Elliott's rolling this outside of the racetrack. He's in the preferred line. William Byron takes 4th from Christopher Bell. Bell's car did not take off very well. It's exactly what your leader, Keselowski, wants to see. These cars racing side by side. Go ahead and heat them things up, boys. I'm going to take off and leave you.
Yeah, and as well as that 22 car is taking off, he's going to get himself clear right here, I believe, Clint.
Chase Elliott started 6th and has made a lot of ground on the outside. Now battling his Hendrick Chevy teammate, Byron, to the inside for 3rd. Do not let him get to your outside. And here comes Logano for the lead.
Logano, come on, boy.
That 22 car has really good drive off the corner currently.
Hold him down, Brad. That's what you're going to have to do. Let him wear his stuff out. Joey Logano makes no bones about it. On the racetrack, I'm selfish, he says. And he's going for the lead. Joey knows it's a matter of time. I cannot ride down here very long. These tires get hot. We've watched it in the heat races, the open. You got to go now. Be aggressive. Make it quick. Byron secures 3rd. From Elliott, with Bell 5th and Chastain, Busch, and Buescher. I think he got into him just a little bit. That's what you can't afford. Byron getting to your outside.
Well, he's there.
But Keselowski doing a great job of holding on to the lead.
And we saw him do this the other night in the heat races as well. And
even on lap tires.
Yeah, every lap that goes by for Joey Logano, it's going to become harder and harder. So at some point, he's going to have to decide if he wants to fall in line and defend or keep heating those tires up on the bottom.
William Byron doesn't want to wait to see what Logano does. He wants to move forward on the outside.
You see that car of Logano's jump right there.
Yeah, there's a big bump on the exit of 4, and when you're down there on the bottom, you hit that thing with a little bit of wheel in it, the car's going to get sideways. Fantastic racing so far. Love it. Last year, Logano led 199 of 200 laps. Brad Keselowski led the other one, 250 laps this year. And it's still undecided for the lead, and they trade a little paint, or wrap, if you will.
You got to use every square inch of the space available to that car beside you, and sometimes a little bit more. It is so hard to finish that pass off of turn 2.
Ross Chastain moves up to 5th. Over Bell and Busch, well back of this front 4, and now Elliott wants more.
Yeah, you saw Chase Elliott go as low as anybody there in turns 1 and 2 and able to get that drive off the corner.
Biggest mover is Kyle Larson. He's gained 4 spots from the back. Great battle here for the lead. 4 cars under a blanket, just what you want to see on a short track.
Great racing here at North Wilkesboro.
Yeah, the progressive banking of this racetrack is what provides this. You know, Brad's using that banking on the outside to get his car rotate, see him roll up, he'll kind of diamond the corner and come back down and take that exit away from Logano. That's what makes it so challenging to make and complete the pass at North Wilkesboro.
Yeah, and if Logano can just get a half a car length at some point, that's when you start to see him slide up the racetrack and try to take that lane away.
Well, this is the kind of racing that has packed this place tonight. For this 250-lapper, winner take almost all. $1 million for the winner, about $100,000 for second place, and no one will remember who finished third.
Yeah, and this racetrack is going to do nothing but keep getting better and better. This asphalt was new last year. It's aged a bunch this year. We've seen the groove really widen out. Goodyear's done a great job bringing us soft tires. You see Logano dive back down underneath that 6 car.
He's certainly faster than him, but he can't get in that preferred line. And you can see on the exit of turn 2 how that progressive banking enhances that outside. Flat on the bottom makes it challenging to get your car rotated. It also is hard on those tires.
Right there.
16 green flag laps complete, working a complete 17 this time.
Oh, never mind. They're going side by side. They're going side by side. Nope, I think it's fast.
Suarez in the wall, caution.
And that was the nick of the time if you're Brad Keselowski. You were starting to get into lap traffic, and that was going to give you a challenge.
Yeah,
Perfect timing.
Right front flat here.
Dennis Suarez.
Definitely need right sides, Lester.
So I think the tire went down for Dennis Suarez.
I think that was Brad you heard on that radio saying we definitely need right sides.
So Suarez,
well, we've run 57 laps, so I'd say it'll be a mixed bag of things that happen right here on pit road.
Watch the 99.
He's going to the outside of Gregson. After turns 1 and 2, that's how he gave out.
There it went. Oh, no.
Right there. Over the wall.
Yeah, just right front tire went down in the middle of the corner, so
It kind of came off of 4 a little bit weird going down the front straightaway, as if he felt something that he didn't like. Got in a corner and started to turn and let go, didn't it? That'll shake things up, guys. This is opportunity zone for some of these cars, not what they wanted to see for others.
Larry Mack?
Yeah, Mike, you know, we've run right at 60 laps, close to it. I don't see anybody staying out here. But what you could do here is you could get you 4, and that may open an option up when we get that caution on or around lap 100, because remember, we're probably not going to go back racing until about 30 to 35 to go until they throw that next caution. So doing it here, getting the 4 here, could change your option for that next caution.
yeah, and the thing that does is we saw in the heat race when you got more tires on those left side tires, then the 4 tires really made a difference.
Well, everybody wants something. Regan.
Mike Joey Logano in the 22 car fired off very good, as we saw there, but he made mention that at the end of the run he felt like the right front started to go away, like it was starting to lose some grip. 4 tires for Joey in the 9 car. Chase Elliott felt like he could move around a lot, but he needed more turn with the fronts. Jamie.
William Byron in the 24, his teammate, little free to start, tight building as they ran. Meanwhile, this 6 of Brad Keselowski, they called a code word, and he also said just 6 gallons of fuel. There he is in the 6. Good fast stop for that.
And away he goes with, I believe, just right side tires. Keselowski.
Yeah, William Byron did the same thing. And got a little bit lucky with the traffic of the 19 right there. Almost couldn't get out of his pit box, but they made it work.
Quite a traffic jam. Well, it's short track racing.
Because that one's going to be a good one. Those guys are got their hands full in them babies.
All right, coming to the Echo Park Automotive Restart Zone. Brad Keselowski, William Byron will fire off for the restart. 62 laps complete.
That's twice that Brad's done that. He's waiting for that inside car to roll just a little bit. Wait for him to check up and then take off.
Kyle Busch trying to get his outside. He's there. Kyle Busch right there. Hunting the lead 3 wide. This is the first time Brad's had somebody is outside. He's in trouble.
Busch that time,
Is he going to show aggression
Still in the middle.
Still
Still in the middle.
3 wide.
Still middle.
It's
There you
Bell.
go. Still
He's trying to turn Keselowski.
That is TJ Majors, Keselowski's spotter, and he's in the midst of a hornet's nest.
How about this? 3 wide for the lead. Kyle Busch to your
Not 2 wide.
front. Here we go.
Still 3 wide.
Still not clear.
Still 3 wide.
Byron
Now we're clear.
from the bottom, trying to get
We're
clear
Byron
going
to the
into
inside
3.
of Kyle Busch.
And he
Now
sends it
Logano
and
4
gets
wide
it.
almost.
William Byron to the front.
It was 4 wide.
Well, you saw exactly what you don't want to do right there. You do not want to let somebody to that right rear, Clint. Brad let the 8 car of Kyle Busch get there, and he had to give him a lane.
Now Logano going after Kyle Busch.
This is the first time Brad's been in traffic all weekend long. That car has been up front, clean track position. I think it'll probably it'll be tight, Kevin. That thing won't turn as good as it did up front.
Christopher Bell got squeezed between Chase Elliott and Keselowski, but emerges behind the 8 car for 4th.
And we saw
close call here.
We saw this in the heat race. See that 9 bounce around. But we saw this in the heat race. Brad's on 2 tires, but once you lose that track position, it makes it extremely hard. And I don't feel like Brad had the fastest car, so losing that track position is going to be tough to overcome.
Now for the lead, Byron took 2 tires, Logano took 4. How much of a difference will that make?
And you know when Kyle Busch is behind you on a restart, man, Byron almost got in the fence right there through 1 and 2. You know when Kyle Busch is behind you, he's going to do something. That guy's very aggressive, tons of experience. Got to his outside, pounce on the opportunity. But that opportunity ended up being Byron's.
Yeah, Kyle Busch took off really good. He got into the fence there on the back straightaway the last lap. But Kyle Busch kind of caught me off guard, kind of came out of nowhere.
You're not the only one. Brad Keselowski was definitely.
Christopher Bell guns it for 3rd on the bottom.
Now Bell is Busch.
Kyle Busch up in the preferred groove, but cannot hold off Bell. Looking back from our Toyota cam.
Yeah, and a lot of times when those cars take off like that for the first 2 or 3 laps, it's almost bad news as to where it's going to trend from there.
Let's have a look at our Chevrolet team update with William Byron leading. Kyle Busch in 4th.
Byron 1st.
Chase Elliott.
4th. Elliott 5th.
Ross Chastain, Alex Bowman.
8th. 11th. That's the Chevrolet team update.
See how good these 2 tires hold on. Logano was your first car on 4 tires. Byron on 2.
Oh,
teammates here. Kyle Larson trying to move up on Alex Bowman. This is for 12th place.
His teammate. Berry to the outside.
That's Josh Berry to the outside.
Berry won the race over to Jeff Vega, so he's in the Oscar race.
Bowman holds the spot, and now Berry on the outside, trying to stall Larson's run.
Yeah, we really saw that 5-car take off the last run when we got a bunch of laps on the tires, and then he started pushing the groove up. So hasn't been able to make up a lot of ground on the fresher tires, but we've got a battle for the lead right here.
It ain't just amongst 2 of them. Add Christopher Bell's name to that list.
Joey Logano's been the best on the bottom all night.
But it'll be interesting to see if he's as friendly to this 24 car on the inside as he was to a fellow Ford.
Regan?
Mike, you'll see right behind the first and second place car, Christopher Bell in 3rd right there. Started the race off very loose, didn't have any drive off in the corner. And as the last caution came out, told the crew chief Adam C that I have lost a substantial amount of lateral grip, meaning side grip, since yesterday. They were able to make an adjustment. One more thing to look at, he complained about brake fade already that first run as we've seen some rotors glowing.
And it's Logano to the lead. Byron is the only car in the top 5 that took just 2 tires on the pit stop.
Goodbye for the lead. Byron
As he and Logano traded back and forth, lap after lap.
Man, brake fade, I'll tell you why. The 20 car really getting in the corner deep in both ends, Kev.
Yeah, and that's not uncommon when you have the way that they run these brake pads in these cars to be with this car is to not have to shift. You get in between some of those gears at Martinsville and places with the options that we have for the transaxle. So it's definitely pretty much ideal. When you run fast here, you'll just barely touch the chip at the end of the front straightaway.
Here's been one of the best battles on the racetrack, and it's raged on ever since we last showed it to you. Kyle Busch on the outside, Austin Cindric on the inside.
Send
The
it to the
starter
inside of Bush.
has the
right,
caution
he
flag in
came out.
hand
Just turn on.
as we cross through lap 100.
In every
He is looking
position
at the back
counts.
of the field.
This is started.
So we'll see when they come by if
now.
indeed this becomes the All-Star
There's
caution
the
lap.
started.
Joey Logano
There's
with
the
1
caution.
second lead.
There's a caution.
And there it is.
The All-Star caution.
Bush was able to hold off Cindric.
Well, it could be bad news for the competition. Joey Logano told the team, the car is fine. I have no complaints. It's really good. Just leave it alone. In the 20 car, Christopher Bell, way more rear grip with the adjustments that they made that time for him. Still needs more turn into the corner, though. Jamie?
William Byron in the 24 after that last stop. He took rights. He led 12 laps, slipped back to fifth. Said he's a little loose on just right side tires. The call here 4 for the 24.
Oh, Bell and Logano.
Hey, you see right there, Christopher Bell is in front of the 22 car, Joey Logano. So great pit stop by that 20 team.
And Bell wins the race off pit road.
And
as Larry pointed out, looks like just about everybody got 4 tires.
Oh, come on, Norfolk Pro.
100 motor restart zone
Christopher Bell and Joey Logano.
with Bell and Logano on the front row. Elliott, Blaney,
142
Byron,
laps
Bush,
to go.
Keselowski, Cindric, Barry Chastain, the top 10.
I'm surprised Bell took the bottom of this racetrack.
First time we've seen that, isn't it?
It is. It's going to work out for him, though, so he felt like the characteristic of his car was going to work well, running the middle to the bottom of the corner, and he was right.
In the background.
Chase Elliott on the outside, Blaney alongside for third.
6/10 rolling time. That's on that driver. That's a lot, Kevin.
That is a lot.
That's Reddick up on the outside of Larson as they fight back at 14th.
You see him 3 wide right there.
A lot of contact with Barry.
Yeah,
and Cindric.
One was right next to the 2, and they just ran out of room with the 2 and the 21 making contact.
I don't know how it is, but Cindric around, but they were here to it.
Sometimes this place just isn't wide enough for everybody.
And on these low air pressures like that, and you're 3 wide, when those cars come up off the corner, they all hit that bump. The middle and bottom groove hit that bump, and they just instantly scoot up the racetrack. And the wall is there, so no more room.
Just watching right in, 5. And look at this battle right
Blaney
here.
for third on Elliott. There's that contact a little bit ago, top of your screen.
Just run out of room.
The other hand is spun out. Caution is out. Oh,
We're back
Chastain.
under caution for a spinning Ross Chastain.
Caution is out for Chastain. And what damage to that car?
Got left rear damage, guys.
The caution is out for Ross Chastain. Oh, that's one for the merit.
I think the tires are up. Left front.
Well, they are.
Face is messed up.
The caution is out with 137 laps to go. And
Third caution flag and the second for cause.
Oh, Cindric.
And trouble there for Austin Cindric.
Well, he
rolling
did
down pit
got
road with a lot of smoke
but
from the right side. And going to his pit stall.
well, we're showing the replay of the contact with Cindric and Barry. We don't have a chance to take a look here.
Yeah, you see these cars, one up top, one in the middle. Ross didn't.
Oh,
They just ran out of room. 48 coming up the racetrack. Didn't know Ross was going to make it 3 wide right there. Almost the identical situation that they had up front,
well,
on the front stretch.
Definitely got a lot of help out of the 2 cars.
Around on Norfolk Pro.
The racetrack are on the bottom in turns 1 and 2, so doesn't seem like the launch is quite as good in the bottom lane, but still thinks his car's better on the middle lane down in turns 1 and 2.
A lot better jump for Logano on the outside this time.
Door to door. It's down with
Got to
Logano.
come off for 2 in the lead here. He's not going to do it.
Not going to clear him. They're side by side, headed for 3. Even into the corner.
Oh, it rotates the middle good, but Logano holding strong on that outside. Here he comes.
Down, trying to get past Bell.
You see him squeeze him down the racetrack right there. Christopher Bell up the hill in the middle of the corner.
See ya.
Also, it's an option to promote his caution before lap 200.
Bell sends it in, and they're even again in the middle of turn 4.
If you don't come off of turn 2 in the lead, you're in trouble.
Oh,
He's gonna
this.
lean on him.
Contact, Bell got shot. We got room
Not
for
going to
there.
matter.
Down off the track.
Yeah, Bell's car is good, but when you get that car to launch on the outside of it, you can't use the whole racetrack. As they make contact again, it just doesn't allow you to finish the corner. So Christopher Bell stuck on the bottom of the racetrack. Lost that lead on the restart.
So the battle's for third with Blaney on the outside of Chase Elliott.
Yep.
Busch and Byron behind them.
That 12 car, Brian Blaney, has just slowly crept his way forward.
909.
Now, you see him on the outside of Chase Elliott, trying to keep that third position.
And
as good as he's been, he's had a tough go at it. Fastest car on the track. A lot of places we went have yet to find victory lane. You give this guy some confidence, momentum, finally get some good luck going his way with a big win at All-Star. Look out the rest of the year.
Well, even with everything that's gone on with Ryan Blaney, you know, they've had fast cars. They've scored a lot of stage points, put themselves in a position, and just seems like time after time something happens. Even though the cars are fast, it's hard to be confident when you're not getting the finishes. So we know this night can change the direction of a season, just like it did for Joey Logano last year, and win a championship.
For Blaney, he's going to have to get it done down in 1 and 2 because at the high end of the racetrack, Elliott's done a great job of wrapping the bottom in 3 and 4.
Looks like he's going to need a chiropractor Monday. The way that car is bouncing around off a turn 4, but he's doing a great job in managing that corner. Ryan Blaney's going to have a great run and clearing down the back straightaway.
So suddenly the front 6 or 7 are single file, but only for a moment. Elliott comes right back.
And now
and he's got a mirror full of his teammate, William Byron.
His teammate. And Bowman.
See Kyle Busch right there in 6th place.
And a
little further back, Kyle Larson is creeping his way up into the top 10. Inside of Brad Keselowski, that would be for 8th place.
Yeah, we've run 129 laps, so Kyle's probably feeling a lot better about what he's sitting in right now as far as being comfortable and being able to maximize the speed out of that number 5 car.
This reminds me of a good old dirt track. You can slide in there and make the pass. They cross you back over. Start to transition all over again.
See the fire out of the pipes right there. Brad had the lift with Kyle up on the outside.
Brad's car doesn't quite roll the center as good as some of the other competitors, and certainly not as good back here in traffic.
And that's what we saw in the heat races yesterday and at the beginning of this race. That 6 car, he was defending himself by being able to roll that top line all the way around the momentum off the corner because they couldn't finish the pass. That was what we were afraid of, that he was going to get in traffic, that tightness would show up, and kind of got buried here.
Fine as long as you could stay up front. The minute you lose it, you're in trouble.
Speaking of Berry, Josh Berry had caught Brad Keselowski there. They're going to battle 75th anniversary of the Wood Brothers. That's what was celebrated here in pre-race ceremonies, including Michael Waltrip, who won the All-Star race and the Open for the Wood Brothers in 1996. In a car painted just like Josh Berry's is tonight. Different sponsor, though.
Josh Berry. He's in contact with Keselowski right there.
Jamie?
Kyle Larson started 19. He had his race car until the first lap of the race, but he took his crew chief up.
Wallace a fender out in front. He'll drop the hammer. Chase Elliott now is on the prowl. Nobody's giving an lady right down the middle. Go. Chastain pedaling as hard as he can.
The speed's mounts up to the driver.
Kyle Busch is all over it.
Larson's going to do it.
Never give up.
Logano steps into history. What did we just say?
Keselowski has been caution now here. Norfolk's in an All-Star race.
This is the greatest spectacle in racing.
We are green.
The Indianapolis 500.
Of Keselowski. Come back.
Welcome to Truck Country.
Oh my God.
Welcome to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
Brad Keselowski crashed hard in turn 4, and then coming into his pit stall, with a bump and a thump, not much left on the right front.
See on the top of your screen up here.
Yeah, he got loose. It looks like getting in the corner. You see how far they pushed that groove up into the third lane. Now everybody's chasing it, and he got loose getting in the corner and just slammed into the fence hard.
Yeah, hard hit
when it snapped.
Man, I hate it for him. We're getting closer. We are getting closer.
Well, we've got the speed part down. He had a good weekend from speed. Here we go on the pit road. Regan.
Well, Joey Logano a little bit too loose to start the runs up, but it gets too tight as he goes. They're trying to equate out the amount of laps left in this race with what they just ran, a little bit less than what they just ran. And the 20 car of Christopher Bell needs just a little bit of turn for the restarts, but he does not want to mess with the rear of the car. He feels like the rear of the car is driving well. Jamie?
Alex Bowman pits from 5th. He says he took off better that time, just a little tight in the center to cut both ends of the racetrack, so air pressure adjustment for tires. For the Ally 48 there.
2 tires for Kyle Larson, and he's going to beat everybody off pit road.
With 2 tires stopped after coming back from Indianapolis. Yes, he's back in the show. Kyle Larson up to 6 spots. Mr. Kyle Larson
gambles. Everybody behind him takes on 4 tires. He's got Briscoe, Busch, Byron, and Dillon are the top 10. That scoreboard's going to be changing awful fast as they put lap 182 up on the board this time around out of 250.
Yeah, you see Logano hang way back on that restart, right on the edge of being too much from a NASCAR standpoint, but Kyle Larson fires it off into turn 1, and we'll see how these 2 tires work out for him.
It was a good move by Kyle, too. He went early because of that. Didn't let him creep to him.
The restart is under review. Remember, Larson, 2 fresh tires. Everybody else has 4.
He's under review for NASCAR.
Restart is approved.
Okay, good. Restart is good. No penalties. Sure.
And Logano wants the lead back.
If he wants to. So far today.
And you wonder what Kyle Larson's feeling that's different. We know when these cars get that clean air and get up front, they handle a little bit different. Pace changes a little bit. Fire off and start hitting all the rev limiters on, sounds like most straightaways.
Kyle sliding.
Which Kyle? Kyle Busch or Kyle Larson?
But he has the preferred groove.
Oh, he got too high.
Too high.
And Logano gets the lead.
Oh, no.
Larson, though, fires it in on the outside of 3, trying to hold even with Logano.
Never won also.
Can't do it.
I think he got his tires dirty there, Kevin. Down the back straightaway, and it didn't turn for him.
You could see the rubber flying from the camera angle that we had.
Christopher
Bell for second now.
Had to lift again.
And I think this is a lot like what we saw in the heat race there, or the open race earlier. These 4 tires compared to the 2 tires that have a ton of laps on them are way better.
Half back up top, ring in the top. Clear? Clear by half. All right, good rhythm here.
And I don't know what kind of position that puts them in now, Clint. With all those laps on the left side tires, you're probably going to see a lot of these guys only do 2 tires as we go forward, because we know we're going to have, I would guess we're going to have another caution with that promoter's caution that is still in play.
But to your point, I mean, what we were running 7th right there. Eventually, you got to gamble a little bit and get you some track position. Yes, he was methodically, slowly getting back up through there, but I think you were going to run out of time and opportunities with the cautions you speak of. You had to gamble sooner or later, and Cliff Daniels thought that was the time.
At 15, this is the most lead changes ever in a NASCAR All-Star race.
Ooh, wow.
That's a wow.
More than the last 2 All-Star races here combined.
But I do agree, when a caution comes out, now you're going to be at a deficit. The only way that this was going to work out is to have that track position, be in the lead, and hold them guys off. But we unfortunately couldn't do that.
We still have the chance of the promoter's caution. And I don't think it's an if, I think it's a when.
I think you're right.
Sometime before lap 220. So let's get a break out of the way, and hopefully we'll be right here when it happens. Joey Logano leads. Christopher Bell trying to close the gap.
There's a place no map will show you. A secret spot
A high-performance hideout for
cars that crave chaos.
Yeah? No,
Brakes, check. Roll cage, check. A spoiler so big it doubles as a picnic table? Oh, you bet. Every apex we nailed, every second we shaved, it's all knowledge that goes right back into your ride. Look like fun? It is. You in?
The code is...
If that caution comes out somewhere around lap 212, that'll be 30 laps on the tires. If I'm calling the shots, I'm doing right sides only.
Look at Mikey. I'm dancing right here, boy. I don't care. I'm going to fight me up.
Knowing it's going to be a really short run to the end.
250 laps.
Bro, look at him. What are you doing, Mikey? What are you doing? Stop chasing the front stand. What are you doing, Mikey?
Kyle Larson still up there in that top lane. He's been able to hold on to that third position. Nobody's been able to finish a pass and actually hold his own now, Clint.
Running right up against the wall, too. We don't have a line to Michael, but Mikey, the field's pretty much single file. I don't think anybody's going to sleep. But on the other hand, maybe this race could use a wake-up call. Love that. The NASCAR All-Star Race was created as the Winston. And boy, then when they ran One Hot Night in 1992, it was really big. That's the jacket that Michael was given when he won it for the Wood Brothers in 1996.
How cool is that? Still fits.
Blaney's tried everything to get past these two. Top of the racetrack, bottom of the racetrack, Kevin. Nothing has worked for him.
Yeah, and the higher that groove goes, the harder it is to finish the pass because those top lane cars just get more and more momentum the further they go up the racetrack. But Blaney, you see him down there on the bottom. That was working for him as we went through the first half of this race, but he's kind of met his match as he's found his way into the top 5. See him up the racetrack now. He's kind of just doing the opposite of whatever Chase Elliott does.
And I wonder,
Michael Waltrip, you have only 12 laps left to throw that all-star caution. Lap 220, and it's out of play for the final 30 laps. I'm beginning to think it's not a win, it's an if.
He's wanting some crowd participation. Oh, he's thinking maybe 5 laps.
Bro, okay.
Well, that will certainly make it a short run to the checkered flag.
Waving hand thing.
Logano half a second ahead of Bell. Larson another 1.2 seconds back. Ford leading Toyota and Chevrolet. $1 million to the winner.
He's wanting that flag, guys.
You think he's going to go over there and steal it?
Hey, no, you cannot. You can't see the flag. No, you cannot see the flag, Mikey. You can't do that. No, you're not. You can't do that, Mikey. You can't do that.
Blaney had a shot again at Chase Elliott. Nothing there.
Look at the fans. Up to the promoter's car before that 220. Let's go back to race now.
Blaney goes back to the top, continuing that battle.
He's right next to NASCAR.
Yeah, you see that entry has really opened up into turn 1. See Bell high and Larson right up against the fence.
Ready to bring the caution out. 38 laps to go, and he had the all-star race.
38 laps to go.
Why does he control the angle on Mikey on the track stand?
The inside again on Elliott. Nothing there.
No, you see the massive difference in speed right there at the end of the front straightaway from the 2 different lanes.
Bell has gone to the bottom, trying to close in on Logano. He's got it down to half a second.
Let's watch the right side of the screen.
There is 3rd and 4th.
Two of them on the back side.
Larson backing up. Elliott's going to pass him on the back straightaway. And so is Blaney.
Yeah.
Hit the wall, didn't he?
Yeah, Larson hit the wall.
Why didn't he show the angle?
On the entry into turn 1, he got up too high and it slapped the back.
Michael, you better do it.
And he does.
He does.
Caution waves. There's the All-Star Promoter's caution.
You saw the
look at him. He's happy, boy. And yes, sir. Fireworks. Look at the fireworks shot. Show it, boys.
Here.
No more ball.
Oh, Michael has dropped the flag.
Oh, my God. Big fireworks show.
No, he really dropped the flag on the front straightaway.
Wait, what?
It is
on
the front straightaway.
Not the flag.
You had one job.
Not the flag. He dropped the caution
We
flag.
tried to get him to tape it to his hand.
I told you guys in the
Bro, he dropped the
preparation
caution
meeting
flag.
of
Look at
this,
that
you
other
better
one.
tape it to
He
his
dropped the
hand.
caution
And this
flag.
is why
Look at it.
every professional flagman brings a backup yellow flag.
Bro, he
Yeah, but
dropped
what
the
about
flag.
that one, Mike?
That one's
Lucky
gone.
to have a
It's on the
backup flag
racetrack.
for that.
Look,
Bro,
remember Gateway
how did he
last
drop
year?
the
Michael
flag?
dropped
You
his
should have
phone on the
started
racetrack
with
and
the caution
lost
out.
it. Now he drops the yellow flag
Bro,
on the
he
track.
dropped the yellow flag on the
Come
first
on,
track.
Mikey, you had one job.
Mikey, you had one job. To
You
drop
dropped a
the,
taco on Denny's
What?
trunk.
and he dropped it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not the flag.
Oh, man.
Not the flag.
Oh.
We're going to have
Only
a backup
Michael
flag for that, for the
Yeah.
caution flag. Well,
He just
MLC
tried
got
too
to pick up that
hard.
flag now. Bro, we
All
got
right, we're
one
under
job.
caution, hopefully, for the last time tonight, but
You have
don't
one
bet
job,
on
Mikey.
it.
Gotta drop
Caution
that
at lap
caution flag.
216
Bro,
for
that's
Michael
what happened with
Waltrip
Vodka at
drops
Daytona a
flag.
couple years ago.
That's the first time you've ever written anything like that.
Bro, that never happened
Now, I
before in
have seen the
NASCAR in
green
Cup
flag
Series.
dropped.
Bro, he dropped
Yes.
the flag.
I have seen that happen
Well,
as
now
well.
we're gonna have
Yeah,
a backup
different honorary
flag.
starters.
Now we're
Somebody,
gonna have a backup caution flag.
mistimes it. Let's go
Bro,
of it, but
yeah, one job, Mikey.
This was
Yeah,
getting
one
interesting.
job.
Christopher
Now drop
Busch,
that caution
Bell was
flag.
actually catching him
Well, I
as
was
a leader.
talking about the
Logano.
Follow show.
Yes.
And so that 5 car was on fire too on these 2 tires.
I think that
Got a
five
little
car-
bit too
Bro,
hard, too
yeah,
high in 1
one
and 2. I was
job.
watching
Yeah,
Bell
caution
and
flag.
Larson
Lucky to have a
starting to
backup
creep
flag
in onto
for
leader
caution.
Logano. All right, Larry, you say 2 tires is your
Oh,
call, right?
caution flag.
No question, but I'm
did they
telling
pick it
you,
up?
watch the middle of the pack. We're going to go back racing probably with about, what, 20 to 25 to go?
Oh, I think
You
it's
didn't
the
come here to
first
do
time now. I see
anything
the
but
first
win.
time.
What do you want?
Yeah,
Nice,
one
solid
job,
night
Mikey.
does nothing
Go
for
drop
you.
And that's the
caution
problem
flag.
with pitting. If half the field decides to stay out and everybody
Bro,
else comes in, you're
yeah,
done.
one job. We're gonna have a backup flag. All right, don't talk about Mikey dropping
Austin
the caution
Cindric
flag.
gets the free
The backup
pass.
flag. It's about pity here.
He is the only car 1 lap down with Keselowski and Suarez in the garage.
That's too crazy right there.
Oh!
Logano
Penske
Brady
cars
stays
stay
out.
Only 2.
Teammate
Well, no,
stays
got
out.
some help.
Logano and
Looks like
Brady.
Hocevar and Chastain, but this is going to be.
Look at that. The teammate stays out with Chastain and Hocevar.
Like it was a very late call for that
So
22
Hulk
car to
stays
stay
out.
out. They were
Logano, Brady,
indecisive
Chastain,
halfway down the
Hocevar.
back straightaway.
Those four
As
stay
for the
out.
20 car, Christopher Bell,
team
the
stays
call
out
was
for
Batman. They
Hulk,
made the
Chastain.
decision very early. Needs a
Two
little
tires
bit more
stop.
turn still with the
Oh!
Jamie and
Contact.
trailer.
Trouble on pit road there, back in
Got
Kyle Larson's
contact
pit
with
box.
Mo
Ben
Jackson coming out of the
Tolik
pit stop.
coming up with a plan right
And
now
look
to
at
fix
this,
it as
Kyle
quickly as
Larson just
possible.
hit
You
the
see
wall.
the
Didn't
right
even
side
see
of
it
the
'cause
car
it
is raised up, came in and pitted
So it's
from
Kyle Larson
fifth.
from
Kyle
back to
Larson came on the radio and
Indianapolis.
said, sorry guys.
Well, the collision on pit road involved
Yeah, Bell
Noah
hit
Gragson,
Noah Gragson.
and John Hunter Nemechek had to stop
He's doing the kiss, though,
and had
for
to wait for
Bell.
Gragson to back up before he could get in his pit.
Well, I'll come back to Overswell, and Mikey dropped the caution flag on Overswell.
The
Come back.
KK4. They will come to the green with 28 laps to go.
Logano,
Joey
Brady,
Logano,
though,
who
it's
has
what
been
he
the
doing,
best
dude.
defender of position all
Mikey
year,
got the caution flag. Anyway,
faces off against his Penske Ford teammate
to go.
Ryan Blaney. Here we
Back
go.
on Overswell. We're waiting for Logano to calm down for a bit.
Well, Blaney got a good restart. We know his car's been good on the
Three
bottom of
wide.
the racetrack right here.
Now
Chastain and
4-1
Hocevar
almost.
up there, and Burton, they did
This
not
will be
pit.
issue. Oh, contact.
3 wide.
3 wide
See
here.
Bell, the first one on those 2
Hocevar
tires
in
on the
the
bottom.
middle.
He's got to make quick work of these guys.
Yeah, and we were worried about that right
Three
front
wide
fender as
behind
you
him.
see these cars 3 wide.
27 to go.
Here he comes on the bottom.
3 abreast behind him.
Bell against Hocevar. First car with tires. Is
Look
that
at this
20?
3 wide
Look
back
at
here.
this
Look
log
at Hanson
jam.
Button. Well, look at Hanson Button. Almost
Kyle
4
Larson, or Kyle
wide.
Busch trying to make
Oh,
it 4
Blaney's
wide.
really sideways
Uh-oh.
off the floor.
Ryan, we an issue. Look at Hanson Button. 4 wide. 4 bus.
3 wide. 3 wide.
4 wide.
He's got left rear tire down.
4 wide. Look at Hanson Button. It's 7. That's
3
really good
wide
turn last
middle here.
7.
1 inside.
Most
He
of the
got foul
field's going to go
yesterday.
by Ryan Blaney. They're
Oh,
all
look at
chasing
everyone's
Joey
sideways. Everyone's
Logano.
sideways.
Chastain in second now, and
Everyone is
Bell with
sideways.
the tires in
3 wide
third.
again.
It's a good
It's
launch
crazy
off
lead,
of 2.
45 to go.
It's obviously not down, but he's out.
Yeah, definitely got himself
And
in a
look at
position
Bell and
where
Chastain
he
in
was being
second.
hit from every side of the car.
Bill's got to make quick work
Can
of
we go 2
Chastain.
in a row? We're
Again,
in
those 2
race.
tires working on no tires. Chastain
Really,
and
you can
Logano.
check a flag under
Yeah,
the
there he
big
goes.
flag
He got
or
it.
the car comes on the white
All right, here we
try it
go,
again.
Clint. We've seen
I know it's with 2 to go.
Yeah, no time.
Him and
you have
Sideways
no
in the
time, and
background.
when you get there, you've got to
Leonard
make something
DeBriscoe.
happen. I believe he's got the faster car car right now. Obviously doesn't have any damage from that pit road incident.
He was catching him slowly but surely before that caution came out by Michael Waltrip.
Who's on the caution flag?
Likes the outside. Here he comes.
is
give him that
Bell.
outside.
Yeah, he's going to have to move up.
And also Bell to
Try
the
to cross
inside.
him over, a lot of momentum.
Not there yet. 22 to go. Bell goes high.
Joey Logano making
Bell
that
to the
car as
inside.
wide as possible, but Bell
To the
finds room on
inside
the
is Bell.
inside.
Yeah, and I think that caught Joey Logano
Side by
off guard.
side. Not
When you
clear.
get into
Yes,
those positions
Bell.
where you're trying to arrow
To the
block a
inside.
little bit.
Look at that car rotate.
And Bell not there yet. He's gone back to the outside.
It's time to move him up, Kevin. He's
One to
loose.
go.
He's
Contact.
into him.
Can't hold him down.
Yeah,
Contact.
He got loose getting in the corner and slid up into the side of the 22 car.
And that brings Chastain and Alex Bowman into the picture.
There you go. Front bumper. And if they don't work this out, Ross Chastain is going to be there in a hurry.
20 laps to go for $1 million.
Yeah, you can't guard on the bottom for long because Chastain's going to be on the outside. Which one do you guard first? Bell to this outside. This is exactly what we're talking about. He's
Big
loose.
slide.
Big slide for big time slide for Bell.
Bowman grinding it out on the bottom. No gain.
Full car bound for the lead. With 19 to go.
Yeah, and if Joey Logano doesn't figure the top of this racetrack out or get up there and at least defend, he's going to have to deal with them again.
But he's got them doing exactly what he needed them to do, heating these tires up. Feet. Bell really abusing the tires, sliding around.
Watch the Bell.
They do not like to get hot, and sliding them around certainly does that.
And now Chastain has to deal with Bowman on the inside.
17 laps to go.
A Ford, a Toyota, and 2 Chevys battling for the All-Star Big Prize.
Big prize, $1 billion. It's the prize to win.
Bowman to third.
Maybe he's going to get this year.
Composure on the outside.
Two in a row.
That's where he wanted to be. That's where he was making some hay before the caution came out.
Yeah, and when you make those mistakes and you get yourself up into the
background,
up into the loose stuff, it takes a lap or two to get everything off of those tires, and it's definitely equalized up front right now.
Chastain back after Bowman again for third. Boy, the All-Star race is fun. 250 laps. How would you like to see a full-on cup race here?
Oh, man. 400 laps at this racetrack in the middle of the afternoon. Unbelievable how this racetrack has progressed into a multi-lane racetrack in 2 years.
Well, and just think, I mean, we haven't even seen lap traffic really be a part of this race, and you put all of them out there at once, you would certainly see a lot more lap traffic and force these guys off that preferred groove.
All right, here's a quick look at today's big move, sponsored by Pods. And it is Joey Logano's move
hey, it's Logano, my pick.
to secure the lead on the caution flag and feint to pit road.
I'm going to feint here.
Well, you might see it again. He's right back to his bumper, guys. There he is, looking to the inside.
To the inside is Bell for the lead. Not there yet for Bell. Oh, right there.
They get side by side. That allows Chastain to close in.
He can't be side by side,
sir. Contact.
I think you've got to. Oh, this is exactly what he wants.
Oh, he's there.
Outside.
Up the track.
You see Logano run him up the racetrack.
That's all I needed to see.
And that's all Ross needed to see in his windshield, because now he has a chance.
Bell likes this outside.
And Chastain is definitely still a contender because of the fact that Joey Logano is not going to be an easy pass.
You're going to have to take it from him. I hate to say that, but if you're going to win this race, you're going to do it off the front bumper. To the outside he goes.
To the outside is Bell. Never won also is his career.
But Logano's clear.
Logano clear with 2 in a row. Oh, it's blocked.
Moving down.
Bell to the inside.
Back into him.
See him use the right side of that car. He's got a half a car length on Joey Logano. Back even down the back straightaway.
Joey's running him down the racetrack. He moved him up.
And Chastain almost ran over Logano in the process. How do you want it?
He just showed you.
That's exactly what you have to do to finish these passes.
You better run and hide.
Christopher Bell, who led 18 laps earlier, back to the lead. Chastain trying to take second away from Logano, who's led 139 laps tonight.
Now you're the most up
you
today.
see Chastain get a little bit too high, has to lift in the middle of the corner. But Joey Logano still leaving that outside open.
Not there yet for Chastain.
That's what we talked about, Clinton. He had to figure out how to use that outside lane, or he was going to get exactly what Christopher Bell gave him, and that was pass.
And he's got these people on their feet. I love it. Fantastic racing.
7 laps to go.
In the All-Star race, Ross is the lap car by 33.
to drive up into the picture.
6 to go in the All-Star race.
There's your front 5.
Well, you see these packed grandstands here. It has been an electric atmosphere, really, for all 4 days that I've been at this racetrack. But Christopher Bell has done a great job. And when it was time to go, Clint, and the money was on the line, he let loose on the aggression.
Well, that was going to be the question. Was he willing to do what it took? And he showed us he was. You give me the opportunity, running right back down on that outside. Did have the upper hand with tires. Do not forget that.
Morgan Bell.
Can't take nothing away from Logano. He was fending them off with old tires.
But here's a
Well, you had to play your cards. You had to take a chance to win the race. You heard Joey Logano talk about it in his team meeting. We aren't here to finish second. But right now, it looks like he might finish second.
But Bell's not giving up on that top. He's making me nervous down there at 1 and 2. You got a pretty good lead. Give yourself a little bit of buffer.
He's about 1/10 of a second a lap faster than Joey Logano right now. Remember, this race must take the checkered flag under green.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's a good point.
Must take the checker under green flag. Oh, talking on the final lap, we'll then do it again, like we did and the Busch Red last year. Oh, right now there, you're going to
Christopher Bell's done a great job all weekend. Won his heat race. Put themselves up in the front of the pack. In contention all day today, but when it has counted, he has done what he had to do.
Moved down just a little bit that time. I agree. Be safe. Bring it around here. This is an official lap, though. Just like you said, Mike has to finish under green.
And 1 to go in the All-Star race for Christopher Bell. This race must finish under the green flag. Oh, we'll try it again. Bell.
Logano falling into the clutches now of Ross Chastain. They're only about a car length, maybe 2 apart, as they come to turn 3 for the final time. And in his 5th All-Star drive, Christopher Bell wins $1 million.
I know it for Bell.
That's a good race.
That was a great race. Unbelievable All-Star night. Great job, Christopher Bell.
He becomes...
Great job, buddy. Way to drive your ass off. Find me some marbles.
He did that.
Proud of that effort. Way to get better from last year. Great job, BT.
He becomes the 27th different driver to win the All-Star race and the 3rd to win it here at North Wilkesboro. His previous best All-Star finish was 10th at Texas in 2022.
The fireworks again after Mike jumped across the flag.
And he breaks the stranglehold of Hendrick Motorsports and Team Penske on the All-Star win. They've captured the last 5.
And that's it for today, for Sunday. I'll see you guys next weekend.
It's the 3rd All-Star win for Joe Gibbs Racing. And the 3rd for Toyota.
See you there. Peace out.
Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin.